Imagine a disease that silently takes over your brain, slowly destroying your ability to think, speak, and even move, without you even realizing it. No infection, no bacteria, no virus. Just a microscopic killer that hijacks your brain and turns it into a sponge. Can anything stop it? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to Levitas. What is a prion and why is it so deadly? Prions are not your typical disease-causing agents. They are misfolded proteins that trigger a chain reaction, forcing normal brain proteins to fold abnormally. Unlike viruses or bacteria, prions contain no DNA or RNA, making them nearly indestructible. They are resistant to heat, radiation, and even the strongest disinfectants. The deadly aspect of prions lies in their ability to spread uncontrollably within the brain. As they accumulate, they form toxic clumps that kill neurons and leave behind sponge-like holes in brain tissue. This leads to severe neurological deterioration, resulting in memory loss, personality changes, and loss of coordination. What makes prions especially dangerous is their long incubation period, sometimes taking decades to manifest symptoms. By the time they do, the damage is irreversible. This means that a person could be carrying this fatal disease for years without knowing it, only for their brain to suddenly start deteriorating rapidly. Prion diseases, such as Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, also known as CJD, fatal familial insomnia, and Kuru, are always fatal. There is no known cure or treatment, and once symptoms begin, the decline is swift and unstoppable. How does someone get a prion disease? Prion diseases can be acquired in three ways: genetically, through contaminated food, or through accidental exposure. Genetic prion diseases, such as fatal familial insomnia, are inherited through a mutation in the PRNP gene. This mutation causes the body to produce abnormal prion proteins, which gradually destroy the brain. Acquired prion diseases occur when a person consumes contaminated meat, particularly from cows infected with bovine spongiform encephalopathy, commonly known as mad cow disease. Eating infected brain or spinal cord tissue is the primary route of transmission. Accidental exposure happens in rare cases, such as contaminated surgical instruments, organ transplants, or human growth hormone derived from infected donors. Since prions are nearly indestructible, standard sterilization techniques fail to eliminate them. Unlike bacterial or viral infections, prions do not spread through casual contact, respiratory droplets, or blood transfusions, making them uniquely terrifying in their persistence and incurability. What are the first symptoms of prion disease? The early symptoms of prion disease are subtle and often mistaken for common neurological conditions, like dementia or psychiatric disorders. One of the first warning signs is rapidly progressive memory loss. Prions disrupt the brain's ability to store and recall information, leading to sudden forgetfulness, confusion, and difficulty concentrating. As the disease advances, personality changes become evident. Patients may develop mood swings, depression, anxiety, and even hallucinations. This happens because prions attack the frontal lobe, the region responsible for decision-making and emotions. Another hallmark symptom is a decline in motor coordination. Individuals may experience unsteady gait, muscle stiffness, or jerky movements, known as myoclonus. This occurs because prions progressively damage the cerebellum, the brain region controlling movement and balance. In some cases, insomnia or visual disturbances can appear early, indicating different forms of prion diseases. Unfortunately, these initial symptoms quickly escalate. Within weeks to months, patients become unable to walk, speak, or recognize their loved ones, as their brain function rapidly deteriorates. How fast does it progress? Prion diseases progress at an alarming rate. Once symptoms appear, the brain degeneration is relentless. Most patients succumb within months, though some cases may last up to 2 years. This rapid decline occurs because prions multiply exponentially. Unlike viruses or bacteria, which the immune system can attack, prions evade all immune defenses. Each misfolded protein acts as a template, corrupting surrounding normal proteins and accelerating neurodegeneration. The brain's inability to repair the damage further worsens the situation. Unlike other cells in the body, neurons do not regenerate efficiently. As more neurons die, brain tissue becomes riddled with holes, resembling a sponge, a condition called spongiform encephalopathy. Because prions remain undetectable for years before striking, once the disease manifests, there is no stopping it. Every function controlled by the brain, memory, movement, speech, gradually shuts down until the body can no longer sustain itself. Why don't our bodies fight prions? Our immune system is incredibly sophisticated, capable of fighting bacteria, viruses, parasites, and even cancer. So why doesn't it fight prions? The problem lies in the nature of prions themselves. Unlike bacteria and viruses, which are foreign invaders, prions originate from normal proteins already present in our bodies. Because they are not non-self like a virus, the immune system fails to recognize them as a threat. Additionally, prions lack DNA or RNA, making them fundamentally different from other infectious agents. The immune system relies on recognizing genetic material to detect and destroy harmful organisms. Since prions do not have genetic material, they bypass all immune surveillance systems. Another reason is that prions primarily affect the brain, which has a unique defense system called the blood-brain barrier. While this barrier protects against infections, it also prevents immune cells from accessing the brain to fight prion-induced damage. Because prions do not trigger an inflammatory response, their destruction remains unchecked. They simply accumulate, spreading like wildfire and destroying brain cells without resistance. This is what makes prion diseases so devastating. Once the process begins, nothing can stop it. Can you protect yourself? While there is no cure for prion diseases, you can take steps to protect yourself. The most important precaution is avoiding contaminated meat products. Always ensure your beef comes from reputable sources that follow strict regulations to prevent prion contamination. Avoid consuming high-risk parts like the brain and spinal cord of animals. If you have a family history of genetic prion disease, genetic counseling can help assess your risk. Although no treatment exists, being aware of your genetic predisposition allows for informed decisions about family planning and health monitoring. Avoiding exposure to contaminated surgical instruments is also crucial. If you require neurosurgery or a corneal transplant, ensure the medical facility follows specialized prion sterilization protocols. Researchers are exploring potential treatments, such as anti-prion compounds and immunotherapies, but none have been approved for human use yet. Until science advances, prevention remains our best defense. Has anyone ever survived this terrible disease? As of today, there are no documented cases of survival from a prion disease. Every known case has been fatal. Unlike bacterial infections that can be treated with antibiotics or viral diseases that may be controlled with antivirals, prion diseases offer no known recovery path. The brain damage they cause is irreversible, and once symptoms emerge, the decline is inevitable. However, scientists continue searching for breakthroughs. Some experimental treatments have shown promise in slowing progression in lab studies, but no cure exists yet. Until then, prion diseases remain one of the most terrifying and incurable threats to human health. In conclusion, prion diseases are among the most terrifying and mysterious neurological disorders known to humankind and science. Unlike typical infections, prions are nearly indestructible, spreading silently within the brain for years before striking with devastating consequences. Their ability to evade the immune system makes them uniquely lethal, and once symptoms appear, the progression is rapid and unstoppable. From genetic inheritance to contaminated food, prion diseases can arise in unexpected ways, with no effective treatment available. While prevention measures can help reduce the overall risk, the reality remains grim. No one has ever survived a prion disease. As researchers continue searching for answers, these fatal disorders serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of the human brain. Thank you for tuning in to Levitas. Please share today's video with friends and family, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future videos. Your support is appreciated. It helps us grow and create more content to empower your health. Remain tuned to Levitas for more expert advice on your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.